The brand Cricut is a major player in the crafting world. And when it comes to making custom garments, you've been limited to heat transfer vinyl and white toner printers. Ooh. Not anymore. Today I'm going to show you how you can use your Cricut heat presses that you likely have at home with direct-to-film. I'll give you some tips, tricks, and things to watch out for. The two presses I have in front of me are the Cricut Easy Press that runs between $150 to $200 depending on sales, and the Mini Press that costs between $50 and $70. The Easy Press is what you want to use to make shirts at home. The Mini Press, that you've seen me use many times before on this channel, is best for small or oddly shaped items. Speaking of oddly shaped items, you should click that subscribe button if you like crafting. I know that was a really bad segue. That was horrible. Let's make a shirt using our Cricut heat presses. It's best to do this on an ironing board or heat-safe surface. I'm going to use the bottom part of our normal heat press. The more rigid the surface, the better, as DTF does need some good pressure to adhere properly. The material of the shirt you're pressing on is the most important factor when setting your temperature. This easy press can go all the way up to 400 degrees. But our shirt is a cotton poly blend. And according to our pressing cheat sheet that you can download for free from our website, we want our temperature to be around 265 to 275. But I know from experience that with these Cricut presses, you'll want to run it a little bit hotter. So I'm going to set ours at 285 degrees. Now while that's heating up, I'm going to make sure the shirt's laid out and it's nice and smooth. Be aware of where your collars are, as you don't want to press directly over those. Then I'm going to take my graphic, in this case a large back graphic, place it on the shirt where I want it to go, and then I'm gonna take a piece of parchment paper and lay it over the transfer. Now this step with the parchment paper that means the heat press is ready. Now this parchment paper step isn't necessary, but it's likely you've used your Cricut Easy Press on other things before. So what we're doing here is just protecting our shirt and the transfer from any foreign substances that might be on the underside of your heat press. On the Cricut Easy Press, there's a timer selection option. We're gonna set it at 20 seconds, and now we're gonna get ready to press it. Now, like I mentioned earlier, DTF is a combination of heat and pressure, so you're gonna wanna push down pretty hard on your Cricut press. And you just kinda wanna move it around. Now, because this graphic is larger than the heat platen on this Cricut, I'm going to ignore the timer going off, and I'm actually gonna go a little bit longer. Don't worry, you go 30, 40 seconds even, you're not gonna hurt it at all, but you do wanna keep the heat press kind of moving around, even, firm pressure. All right, let's take a look at it. Now, depending on where you order your transfer from, they will likely come with some pressing instructions and whether or not the film is a hot peel or a cold peel. I'm gonna tell you to generally ignore most of the instructions because a lot of them were basing it off of film instructions, and the shirt material is way more important when it comes to temperature, because if you have a shirt you're working with that's 100% polyester, you are always going to want a lower temperature than most of the companies sharing transfers will suggest that you use. If your transfer is a cold peel, it just means you want to wait for it to come back to room temperature before you peel your transfer. If it's a hot peel, you're good to peel it right away. Set it up here and get you guys a little better shot of peeling it. Start from an area where there's a decent amount of ink, pull low and fast, easy as that. Now, let's do a second press. So we're gonna grab our parchment paper again, lay it down on the shirt, grab our Easy Press, and this step doesn't need to be as long as the first step. What we're doing here is we're kind of finishing embedding the transfer into the shirt, giving it a little bit softer hand feel and increasing the durability of the transfer. And there we are. Now, we're gonna use the Mini Heat Press to add a custom tag to our shirt, as well as a little graphic on the sleeve. The Mini Heat Press does not have a temperature readout on it, so you just have these three little lines here. The top line, which is the hottest setting, is approximately 315 degrees. The second line is about 270. So for this application, I'm going to set it at its highest setting, and I'm just gonna be careful I don't leave it in one place too long. I'm gonna set my shirt down with the back collar kind of exposed. I am gonna remove the existing tag, and then I'm gonna place my custom tag right there in the middle. Now, I'm not gonna use parchment paper on this one just because I wanna see a little more clearly what's going on. And like before, I want to press for approximately 20 seconds, give or take a little bit. It's okay, like I said, you don't have to worry too much about overdoing it. Unless it's 100% polyester, then you got to be careful. Make sure you get some good pressure on there. Even if your transfer is a hot peel, I suggest letting it cool before you peel it, because these tags always have really, really fine lines. And I've found that even hot peels sometimes don't peel well when the lines are super fine. So we're gonna wait until this comes back to room temperature. I'm gonna peel it again, low and quickly. There it is. And a little piece of parchment paper. I'm impatient, so I'm not gonna cut my parchment paper, but you'll probably find it easier if you use a slightly smaller piece of parchment paper. And there we have a custom tag. Now I know I did it a dark color, some nice Squashletics brand apparel. That's size 2XLT, tall, of course.
Duh.
And there you have it. Now, you can use the mini heat press for pressing graphics on the sleeves, pocket logos, making hats, or if you're crazy like me, making a skateboard. Last thing I should mention is that when starting out with DTF, I suggest purchasing your transfers from a company that has a commercial DTF printer. The small converted desktop machines tend to have a lot of maintenance and headaches. So find yourself a good company to partner with, and it'll be smooth sailing. But when you're ready to ramp up your production, give us a call and we'll get you set up with the best DTF printers and service in the industry. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.